Got you stuck off the realness, realness. Got you stuck off the realness, realness.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We are back.
we're back.
We're live.
It's Thursday.
Yes, sir, it is Thursday, March 15th.
I'm sad that it's not hump day anymore.
It's not hump day anymore. We're over the hump. One more day to get through week 5.
It feels like Thursday should be hump day because people are so eager for Friday that
Yes.
it's like the closer you get to the toilet, the more you got to use it.
What is it about that, man? Like, I really, is that like I feel it's a real thing because I've experienced multiple times. Even when you know you're like in the vicinity of like the toilet, like you've been okay the whole train ride, but the walk home is when it immediately gets bad. Like,
I
it's
think the
ridiculous.
closer you are to it, the more you want it. So it's like that
There's no way to-
so close yet so far effect.
There's no way to fight it psychologically, man.
And we said we weren't going to talk about the weather, but it did snow last night.
It snowed last night, and there was no mention of snow whatsoever. I don't recall any mention of there being a possibility of snow last night. And
Absolutely
I
nothing.
leave work and walk right into snow, man. And it was a nice steady downfall. It stuck a little bit. Nice little coating, dusting, they say. That's the saying.
What do you think it is, though?
I don't know. It's just
It can't just be nature. You can't convince me that it's just nature at this point.
the weather, man. It's just the weather, man. I mean,
It reminds me of when in The Matrix when he shows Neo the actual world, and he said that we scorched the sky. That's what we've done. I think we destroyed the planet already.
I mean, the planet is on a path which scientists, everyone has told us is not sustainable. We were talking about the increase in the severity of storms earlier this week. Throughout this week, we've really spoken about weather and the severity of it, man. And we have for a couple times on the show. But I do believe people, like I've said before, need to pay a lot more attention to what's
To what
going
the
on with
hell
the
is
weather,
happening.
man. Yeah.
Because this is not. If the weather channels don't mention it at all, there was no little blurb on the
There
bottom
was
of the
like
screen.
I don't remember, like I feel like it said there was gonna be like maybe like, and the funny thing was when I was walking to work, like over here when I left the house and it said it was close to 40 degrees still. I'm like, why do I think I'm seeing flurries? I'm like, nah, I can't be. It says it's almost 40 degrees. I'm like, that wasn't a snowflake I saw. And I'm like, that wasn't a snowflake I saw. And I'm like, nah, you're losing it, bro. And I'm thinking I'm seeing snowflakes. And I'm thinking it's maybe just this cheap stucco construction material they use. Remember, Frank was complaining about it. They use it here, and they were using it right there by the house. So I'm thinking maybe you're right, because that stuff will get caught in the air and just blow with the wind, and it'll take off and go. I'm thinking, all right, maybe that's what I'm seeing falling around. But when I got to the city and I thought I still saw them, I'm like, nah, bro. Like I don't know what's up. The sky's cloudy, but it doesn't feel cold enough.
I thought I was just wasted.
I thought I was
I thought I was too high. I thought I was too drunk.
I thought it was tripping
I'm
balls,
tripping
man.
Right now,
Like that's my
it's
thing,
not.
man. Like I always have to lately I've had to confirm with people. Like, yo, I'm not tripping balls, right? It's snowing. Did I hear thunder during this blizzard? That's what I heard. Like a loud clap, and not like the low rumble, like that was a loud clap of thunder during that last nor'easter. Not the last one, the one before that.
Got to remind people that if you want some fine craft beverages,
Some fine crafted, hot or cold caffeinated beverages.
or alcoholic, we don't judge you.
Yeah, we don't judge you. Or if you want to get on this matcha blueberry
The
infused.
matcha craze.
Yes, man. And
Trill tea.
Trill tea, man. You need to come
Come
check
down.
this out.
219 Central Avenue, of course. There he is.
Oh, there he is. Look
There's
at
the
that.
man right there.
Look at that handcrafted. Look at that. Look at this man
It's
over
hard
there.
work and dedication right
Yes,
there.
sir. Look at that.
It's a nice logo on the TV. Where'd you get it?
That's a nice logo.
So this is one of those days, we got over the hump yesterday, but we actually have an in-studio guest that will be joining us momentarily, all the way from Memphis. We got Marco Pavé. Did I say that right? It's Pavé.
Marco Pavé, man.
So
And I have to go on there, man. I don't know where I saw the O at. I don't know why I thought
I
it
was
was
saying because
extra
we had
O.
Pico
We
on,
had Pico,
and I
and
thought
I
it was
think-
Pick.
You thought it was Pick. Then you said Piqué, and I'm like, no, man,
I
that
said
can't be
Pique.
right.
I said Pique.
I was like,
that's
that
what it
can't be
was.
right. And I'm like, nah, it has to be Pavo. And we were just stuck on Pico and didn't realize it. And that's definitely my bad, man, because I definitely said it wrong a couple of times this week.
Nah,
And I
but
corrected you when you initially had it
he's
right.
gonna-
I'm like,
he's
nah, that
gonna
can't be
correct
right.
both of us when he comes on. But before we close out the cold open, this is something that we need to address. Richie's Gym has been a staple of this neighborhood For decades.
For decades, man. I feel like since like we were in elementary school, I remember. When did they say it opened? Like 93, right?
It was around there. And there was the billiards place on the second floor, and then you had Richie's on the third floor. And as soon as you go into Richie's gym, you can tell that they're not like Planet Fitness. It's literally just an open space with a bunch of like workout equipment, and oh man, you're getting a close up of the face. You know, I shaved my beard, bro. I'm still.
Hold on. You know, here's what I do want to ask you, because I was making fun of you for why you said it before we go on to Richie's gym. Did you dry shave your entire beard, or did you use some shaving cream? Water?
I usually dry shave the mustache part, but that's just if I'm in a rush.
Why would you do? I still don't get why you do
But
that,
yesterday,
man.
you know, I believe that hair is alive. Hair is alive. It's like in the movie Avatar. Your hair particles, they become alive. So my facial hair has seen a lot of misery lately, and I wanted to just start over. I wanted to get rid of it. I kept having, you know, bad dreams every time I went to sleep, and I was blaming it on my facial hair. So last night I shaved, and then I woke up this morning. I didn't have any bad dreams, but that's when the nightmare started, when I realized I didn't have my facial hair anymore.
So yeah. So now you're
I
just
woke up in a bad
regular face Rudy over there.
I feel like I'm back 20 years.
I don't know, man. It's been a long time since I've gone that far. Like, I haven't shaved my face all the way down that low in quite some time. It's been like I've never shaved my face down that far since I started growing facial hair, bro.
I mean, I regret it, but I don't regret seeing my face again. Like, I haven't seen my actual face in a long time. But going back to Richie's gym.
Thank you, sir.
Gym, they saying that the building violations and all that, but this place has always had
It's
these
always
building
had that
violations.
same thing. Like, nothing's changed there.
I think the only thing that changed, gentrification, plus you got the Starbucks and Planet Fitness right around the corner now.
Yeah.
It wasn't until
Not even
Planet
right around the
Fitness-
corner. It's across the street.
Like, Planet Fitness came in, and a gym of 20, 30 years in the neighborhood just
It's like,
automatically.
you know what? I was just
mysteriously-
joking, and I didn't think of that. I didn't even think for that, to that fact that right around the corner is now that Planet Fitness. And it does seem a little weird now that Richie's, which has been there forever, like, I mean, I don't know. It does seem a little Average Joe's versus Globo Gym.
Very, very. That's from
Dodgeball.
yeah. So I don't know. They're saying that it's only temporary. That, you know, they're gonna just deal with the building codes and all that stuff, and then reopen. But are we toasting? Is that what we doing?
Get this quick toast here going, man.
Fine craftsmanship.
Yes, sir.
I'll never get tired of these cappuccinos.
Trill
bro.
tea.
That's what it is, Trill.
Yeah, man. This is the blueberry. This is the blueberry infused matcha.
So we have a long conversation ahead of us. So I'm just gonna go ahead. Let's take a quick promo break, and let's come back with Marco Pavé, so we can get this show on the road. We got to remind you guys that we're live every weekday,
10 a.m.
Eastern Time.
Yes.
GoodMorningBushwick.com.
Yes, sir.
And we'll be back after this. This coffee is delicious.
No, I don't really drink coffee. This is what you come out with? This coffee's an empty cup. That's what you come out the gate with on me, man?
I mean, it is coffee for music people. And
Music for coffee people.
A good coffee will wake you the fuck up in the morning. Remember,
You know what else will wake you up in the morning? Good Morning Bushwick, hosted by us two, Bud and Roach.
Roach.
I mean, here at First Live.
Where is First Live?
Bushwick, baby. You're
Take-
killing me, bro. You're killing me right now. Like,
Where
First
are we
Live
from?
Bushwick. We're from Bushwick. We are Bushwick.
Pick up your damn cup and pretend you're drinking the coffee.
Here
Do
at
it
First Live
again.
Bushwick.
Do it again. Do it again.
You know what else will wake you up in the morning? Good Morning Bushwick.
Good morning.
Right now, we cutting a promo or we live?
No. Where can people go to find out what's happening in Bushwick?
BudandRoach.com and
And-
FirstLive.us.
This coffee is delicious.
Yes, it most certainly is.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We are back live. Good Morning Bushwick.
Let's get a live hand clap for Marco
Yes.
Pavé, all the way from Memphis.
All the way from Memphis to the city to join us this morning, man.
Yeah.
Glad to have you on, man.
Man, thank y'all.
And
So I've never been to Memphis.
yeah, I've never been to
So-
Memphis, man. Before we ask you what that's like, man, is this your first time in the city in New York?
It's,
No,
third.
third. Okay.
How does it differ from Memphis?
It's just busy, big and busy. But Memphis is a lot of people don't know that Memphis is actually 5 square miles less than the size of New York City. It's just not built up; it's built out.
So it's just like houses.
So
yeah.
it's more like just it has the expansion. It's just
Yeah.
okay. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
See, We learn something new every day.
I don't think we've ever had a guest who's done a TED talk.
Yeah, man, like a TED
two of
talk.
'em,
I wanna-
baby.
two TED
Let's
talks?
talk TED for a second. Rod did a TED talk?
Rod did a TED talk. Did he tell us that?
Shout out to Ra.
Rod Crawford, the well-dressed villains.
Man.
So talk to us about how'd you get on the TED talk? 'Cause it was
So-
about artist entrepreneurship, right?
Yeah. So 2014 is when I really started like really getting involved in lectures and things like that. I had spoken at UCLA, Cincinnati, and I saw that TEDx was coming to Memphis. So I just reached out to the organization and submitted like my profile or whatever, and then it was like, okay, cool. And then that's when like I was like, oh wow, they actually want me to do it. So when you're doing just regular lectures, you can kind of wing it in a way and just shoot from the hip. But with the TED Talk, it was like you really gotta do your research and go in like 18 minutes with no like uhs and pauses and breaks and stuff like that. You gotta really deliver. So that was like a lot of work that had to go into really doing the research and just figuring out what I want to say and what I want to get across to the audience.
So they gave you a straight 18 minutes?
Yeah, you can pick between 5 and 18, but I was like, I'm
Just let me
give me the full
18.
Give me
I think I can use it all.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I go full 18 minutes, man. I struggle with a solid 5-6 minute comedy routine on stage without ums and like keeping to the point and not veering off topic.
Yeah, but like he said, he had to prepare.
He had to prepare. Yeah, I always
Yeah,
go
it
on
was-
stage and wing it. Like I just shoot from the hip.
I
Like,
wanted to so bad, but then I ain't, didn't want to embarrass myself. So
man, not on TED, man. Not at TED Talk, man.
Yeah, but as an artist, we have that intuition that we always just want to, create live. It's straight from the pineal gland almost.
nah, they would have laughed me off stage.
Yeah, man. I just usually on like we shoot from the hip here, but I
Every
guess
day.
it goes, but you can't always do that. Like there's some things I think we've learned we can't do that with. Not all the time.
But if we weren't childhood best friends, I don't think we'd be
I
able
don't
to
think it worked
wing
like
it every
this.
day.
No,
Yeah, y'all
like
got
the
a good-
banter,
good
the
chemistry.
camaraderie, it goes. Like we were just saying, we went yesterday a full, we went the whole hour without taking a break, and we talked about a multitude of subjects.
Yeah, we did gun legislation yesterday.
Took gun legislation.
Protest
What else
with
did we
kids walking out.
protest? What else did we talk? We talked about a bunch of different things. yesterday.
Shitty weather.
The
We
shitty
can
weather.
Speak about that every
That's been
day.
a subject lately.
But it's easy to shoot off the hip when you have these topics that we can go anywhere with the show. You go on a TED Talk stage, you better make a point,
Yeah.
and that's scary because
Yeah.
how is the set like? Because I saw pictures on the website. Let's see if we could pull up the pictures on the website that I saw.
Mhm.
That TED Talk stage is intimidating as hell.
It is. It was.
Let's get this one. Look at that.
Yeah, it was intense. It was, and then it was
That's like a
actually a
concert.
sold out crowd too. So it was
Sold
like
out crowd?
1,000 people there at the Rose Theater on the University of Memphis campus. So it was packed. Just faces, just looking at them. But luckily, I had like this huge screen that was like this big where my script was coming up. So I was kind of like a TV reporter.
Ah, so you had like a
Shout out to
teleprompter.
teleprompter.
Yeah. So I've never told that before. So this a little secret that I had going on.
Everyone, a lot of the best use teleprompters, man. They don't get those down, man.
Yeah,
Like down
Charles
pat.
Barkley still ain't got his down yet.
Charles Barkley will never get his down yet.
I think they unplugged Trump's.
Yeah.
I think he just shoots.
Yeah,
over the
he
brain.
definitely shooting.
Nah,
from the
his
hip.
is on. He just can't read the words that are written.
He's shooting from the hip.
So give us a little insight as to what was said that day, because obviously entrepreneurship is something big that should be practiced amongst artists, so that people don't go into the industry just hoping to sell records. It's not like that anymore. So tell us a little bit about your journey into entrepreneurship.
Yeah. So I had always been doing music since I was 8, but it was always. Somebody always told me, "Oh, you need to get a real job, or you need to be doing something else."
they
and
still
to
tell me
try
that.
To,
Yeah.
try to figure out your life. But throughout my life, I just kept with it. By high school, I was selling my CDs to my teachers, and we had an influx of teachers that came in that were in their mid to late 20s. So I felt like they were in the same generation as me. I'm 17, 18 years old in high school, so I'm like, okay, cool. These not my peers, but close
I mean,
enough.
a year removed, they could be your peers working a regular job when you're
exactly.
out of school. So
Yeah. And so that's how I got my start as far as, believing in myself. But then I was also reading books about copyrights and reading books about, the music industry. I read everything you need to know about the music industry. Ironically, it's such a cheesy title, but it actually taught me everything I need to know about the music industry.
That was the name of the book, Everything You Need to Know?
Yeah, yeah. And it's an urban edition, urban music edition. And then there was this foundation called the Memphis Music Foundation. I used to go there as a kid and steal some of their books, steal some of their copyright books, and go home and read them. So they really prepared me to just think about music as a business. I never really wanted to get in it to sell records, quote unquote. Because that's just one of the avenues that you can make money from. And the Memphis Music Foundation dissolved, went away. So for the past 7 years, anybody that was in my position now they're not getting any of that information. So we don't have any city council art is not ingrained in the city government.
Yeah.
So there's not a
That's
council.
I don't want to cut you off.
Oh, no, you good, yeah.
That's a problem I think people don't realize, man. The slashing of arts programs across the country, man. Like, I mean, we were probably like for out here, probably in the last generation of kids that in public schools got art and music class
Yeah.
through the high school. Even though music class kind of sucked in high school, art was at least still pretty decent.
And their justification for it is always we don't have the funding.
Yeah, we don't have the funding.
We
like
have
we
funding
didn't
for
play
everything
instruments
else,
in
but-
like music class in high school. We didn't play music like they showed us. Like they told us what instruments were, wind instruments like strings, how they're set up in an orchestra, like what that looks like, and that was it. Like
even with
maybe
that,
every
like,
once
that-
in a while, like they bring in one instrument and the teacher show us what it looks like and play it, but that was it. Like,
But I mean, even with that that information, that could change your life. Just knowing that, the fact that you remember a string orchestra, like you can ask a kid now, they don't know what that is.
They don't know
like,
anything.
Nope.
They know SoundCloud.
Yeah.
no
Lil
sound.
Pump.
So it's definitely an issue, and I just really wanted to address those things and speak to an audience, because the audience had a lot of funders in the crowd. Speak directly to them and let them know, like, if we the model was arts, cradle to career arts entrepreneurship. So supporting me being 8, if somebody supported me from 8 years old to now, what would they look like versus me being told all these mixed messages about going to school and getting a real job. Because if I would have told people I wanted to be a police officer or a lawyer or a doctor, like that's fully
that's
supported.
society, like acceptable to society. And I think it's a big problem, man. And we've even discussed that not too long ago, man. How kids are told to like follow a path, like there's no, like there's I saw something on Facebook, and it's true, man. There's kids taking tests that aren't gonna be doctors, teachers, lawyers or anything, man. They're gonna be an artist. Or somebody's gonna be a dancer, a musician, and parents shouldn't like try to beat that out of their kids, man. Because I mean that makes for like a sad adulthood.
I just think it's fear. It's fear for themselves. It's fear for their loved ones. Because if you look at it, tell somebody don't pursue a career in entertainment. Entertainers are amongst the highest paid people in the world. So why would you not want to chase that? The problem is most people in their minds, they could never reach that themselves. So to everyone around, it's just like, if I can't do it, you can't do it either. So just stop. And that's the problem, is that we live in a generation where the people before us, they've been hit so hard that it was just like they had all
People
the dreams
have-
beaten out of them.
They beaten and like had the dreams
Shit is
beaten out of
crazy.
them, and I don't think people intend to. I think they want to, cause I mean, let's be honest. It's like what I was talking to you about with basketball, with the draft, NBA draft every year. Two rounds, 30 picks each. Half of the second round guys barely make it. Half of the first round guys out of the league in a couple of years. And that's only 60 guys out of hundreds that apply from colleges,
I didn't
out of the
realize that.
thousands that play in
Yeah,
college.
he knows all the sports details.
And I mean, you think about that, and
Yeah,
hey,
she's
how are
back.
you?
Studio
and-
audience.
You think about it, and a lot of people like they'll tell kids chase that, like, or you have, I'll say, football, which has such a short shelf life, and you're seeing it now with these head injuries. What's going on? How you have people just, all right, I've made enough. Like at this point where I shouldn't keep putting my life in danger or my family in danger because I am the breadwinner, and leaving at the top of their game with enough to get by and do other things they have passions for. And some people, I think back in the day would have called these guys crazy to leave that money on the table. But you see what they're doing to their bodies, and you can understand.
And what is all the money
But
if you don't have your health?
I think, yeah.
And it starts like in middle school now. Like they training these
Yeah.
kids really, really early.
These
like,
kids are like,
they're
it's more
recruiting.
professional. Like
Yeah.
these kids are getting into it earlier, younger.
Mhm.
Like a lot of things like that you saw, like people doing, like kids are doing younger now. Like they keep showing clips of I'll say this, LeBron James' oldest son, Junior, LeBron Junior,
Mhm.
and this kid looks like when he grows, like he's like 11, 12 now.
Mhm.
You give this kid 3, 4 years when you're seeing him in high school playing against better competition, and he still looks like he's gonna dominate, man. And not just because he's his father's son, but because he's out there putting in work. Like they show videos of him at practice with them, and like this is a kid who wants to learn, who wants to be like his dad. And you even see it with some of these like younger kids, like with what they do training like for football, just with like the calisthenics and stuff. And they're starting a lot younger. And I mean,
But do you think that we live in a generation now where you can be on top, you can be the top guy, you could be in the spotlight, you could be the biggest celebrity in the world, but if you speak up against certain things, they'll destroy you.
Yep.
So do you think that's changing kids' mentalities as to whether or not they want to be a superstar or be in the NFL? When you got people like Kaepernick, who was at the top, he was in the NFL, all he did was just he took a knee.
took a knee, man. And
all
I
this-
think that speaks more to problems in the country than anything else, that a peaceful protest has led to a man losing his job. And that in the grand scheme of it all, like right now, this is one of the things in 48 Laws of Power too. There's a chapter on this. How you're remembered now and then how you'll be remembered later on in history. Right now, people are trying to vilify Kaepernick, and I think you'll see the country is split 50-50, probably more to his side that what he's doing wasn't wrong. But you look at this in 10, 20 years,
He's
and
gonna be a legend.
he's going to be a legend. You just turned this man into a martyr. I don't want to say modern day Muhammad Ali, because I'm not going that far, because Cassius did far more for the struggle and the cause than he's doing right now. But he's doing a lot to advance the cause. But he'll be up there. He'll be up there on that list of people when you think of influential athletes who sacrificed. And
So let's take it to music for a second. Hip hop opera.
Yeah.
You gotta explain this.
yeah, man, what that
Those
fusion
are
come
two
from?
words two phrases you don't
Yeah.
really hear together. Like,
Man, Opera Memphis reached out to me maybe 2 years ago. This thing been in the works for a while now. So they got a grant from Opera America to innovate opera, and a lot of opera companies are struggling, closing every day. A lot of symphonies are closing every day because they're just not innovating and doing what's present. So luckily they got this grant to try to innovate opera. And Ned Canty reached out to me and wanted me to be involved in some kind of way. So over time it's just developed. Like I said yes, not knowing like what writing an opera actually meant. It was just like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do it. But then if the TED Talk was the hard thing to develop, the opera was like 10 times as hard because it was like, whoa.
I can
It's
imagine.
supposed to
Yeah.
it's supposed to tell a tale. Like,
Yeah,
it's like
like a
usually
real
a tragedy or something. Sometimes a comedy,
characters,
all of that.
keeping it all together, and not only that, like I could write a story, but the music has to push the
Yeah,
story
push-
forward.
yeah.
So the rap itself has to keep the story going forward. So, but it's based on my album, my last year album, Welcome to Graceland. So. There's a benefit for me in that. So there are a lot of characters on the album, a lot of activists, people. So I just brought them to life in another way and just wrote an extra storyline to it.
Cool.
Can we get a shot of the album cover right here? This is on marcopave.com, correct?
King of Marco.
kingofmarco.com. You guys see it right there on the top. Of course, it's available on iTunes, Google Play.
Spotify, all that.
Yeah,
Wow.
man.
Oh, I just realized all the stuff in the back. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's the actual protest that happened. So this literally in front of Elvis Presley's home, Graceland. And so it was an actual protest that happened. Dana Ashbury, who tells her story on the album, was dragged by police. I witnessed it, and so it was just in my soul to make an album about that, speaking on the issue.
And I mean, it is an issue, man. And I mean, reading when I read what it said about it, man, about how you've intertwined like everyday life and the struggle into it, man. I think that's what I think today people like want to hear something they can relate to, man. I think a lot of people don't realize how many people are going through the same thing, man. But everyone's going through it alone. And we said yes, there's strength in numbers, man. Opening up to someone, you never know, man. So
I think the fact that the status quo now is so the opposite of this. It's so like I just want to get blasted. I'm gonna pop pills. There was a video. It was on World Star. It was Boonk, you know, Boonk Gang.
Yeah.
And it was just a video of him, and he was taking like 3 or 4 Xanax, and then it was just a video progression of him just going into a sloth mode. And it's just like if you're in a position of power, like you already have those millions of followers. As soon as you reach that point, it's like you just get even worse. It's like
I mean, people like that didn't know what they were doing or just doing. I mean,
you can tell someone else's story that doesn't have a voice, but you choose not to.
Yeah, you just to be a buffoon. I think that's the best term for social media characters and his manner.
Buffoonery.
Yeah, I usually say something else there, but I'm gonna keep that one inside.
Yeah, I know which one he's going for too.
But yeah, man, he stuff like that kills me, man. When you see this, man, people that do have a shot, man, and it's just stupid social media stunts. But that's why there's a difference between people like Boom Gang and people like Marco Pavé, people that want to stand up and speak, man. Because, I mean, one of the things that I will say, man, one of our buddies annoys the hell out of me, Seth. But he's big into the arts, man. Like, he donates to NPR all the time. And, like, a lot of the I can't remember the station, but it's like 88 point something out here. And it's, like, the only jazz station left out here. And like he frequently donates to that, like, cause they talk about it, like there's no like out endowment for the arts in like a lot of the major cities, and they help out with that.
It's a sad industry because you change the channel on 5 different stations and they're all playing the same music.
You will progress through the same song at different. I hate when that happens in the car. Like, all right, this song's annoying. You flip. All right, why is it here? Flip again. Why is it here? Flip again. It's just starting on another station. You go back. It's only in the middle. Like it's the worst.
So all right, let's talk about you as from the artistic entrepreneurship aspect of it. You know, you walked in here today. You were here before me, which was perfect. You know, it was just like he was already, I'm here. And then you had your PR agent show up. So you're obviously legit. You're dressed like an artist. You present yourself professionally. What do you see people doing wrong that most people will never have this? Most people never even think to put this kind of, you know, uniformity together.
It's just it just comes from lack of like research and lack of knowledge of like what it takes to be a true professional. Within that's in anything. So if I was a doctor and you know my patients show up and I'm late, like it's the same thing. It's really just studying the craft and studying like what it takes to be great. Like Ray was my favorite movie of all time at one point.
With Jamie Foxx?
Yeah. And just to see like how dedicated he was to, you know, they'll redo a song 10 times. The artist playing, they like thinking they did it perfect, but he like, no, it could be better. It could be 10 times better than that. And so you gotta meet the professionalism with the talent, and then that's how you can create. Like most people think that once I get famous, then I can get business oriented. Like nobody's ever.
What just happened there? We just had a quick technical difficulty. And I'm gonna swing this over here to you. I'm gonna swing the boom mic this way.
Yeah. Nobody's ever just started out and became became business oriented after they got famous. Like if you think about somebody like Jay-Z, he had already been plotting and planning everything that he was gonna do at 24, 25, and then the album dropped, and you know.
And he already had an entrepreneur spirit
exactly.
too.
Yeah.
Of a certain kind.
Exactly. So, you know, it's all of that. You gotta be thinking about and just always trying to present yourself in the most professional manner, because that's what wins. That's what gets you in the door. I was speaking to a mentor of mine, and he was like, see, you gonna your business acumen is going to get you in the door, and your talent is going to keep you there. A lot of artists try to do the opposite. They try to everybody's talented.
When they go in with the talent, and this is the problem, is that you got people that will go in and sign a 360 deal not knowing what it is. So there was a friend of mine. We had the situation where American Idol was gonna bypass her from doing the initial audition and just throw her on TV, and she was beautiful. She could sing, everything. Like as far as what they were looking for, that's it. But the problem was she wasn't asking enough questions. So I'm like, well, why do these people want to do this for you? What aren't they telling you right now? And when she started asking those questions and they presented the actual deals and paperwork to her, then you realize, yo, you know what in perpetuity means? Like
they own your everything.
In perpetuity.
It's just like it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And to put, I think we live in an age now that everything is so, I don't want to say affordable, but it's accessible, that you don't need a $20,000 budget to put together a music video. So if you're going to allow other people to present you to the world without you even trying to present yourself first, then they're going to take PC for the rest of your life. That's the shortcut way.
That's the way it happens, man. Look at a lot of old acts, man, old bands, old groups, man. You hear about how they got screwed coming up, man, because they didn't know any better signing on, man.
You hear about band. There was a 30 Seconds to Mars did a documentary movie where they had to sue the record label just to get paid from record sales.
That's nuts.
How do you have to sue your own record label?
That's crazy. I mean, look at Wayne and Baby right now.
I know,
man.
like
that's crazy.
That's
like you two grown men kissed each other on the lips on stage, man, and now y'all fighting. Like that should be a sealed deal, man. Like y'all fighting now. Like
the checks
crazy.
should have cashed that moment. we kissed,
like that's it, man. I'm calling you my daddy in public, man. Like nah, man.
That
like
was shocking to me.
That was crazy. Like seeing the fallout from this, like it's wild, man. Like.
And then most people don't have that business set up. Like you look at somebody like Rick Ross. Rick Ross has his chicken wing spots, and they're very profitable.
Yeah,
he's smart.
He got checkers. He got plenty. He got car washes. He do a lot of business in Memphis. So I know for sure, like firsthand, I see people who are employed.
There's a lot of artists like that, man. T.I. has a lot of businesses.
Chris Brown owns a bunch of Burger Kings.
Shaq owns like 100 Burger Kings.
Shaq?
Yeah, he owns like 100 Burger Kings.
That's why you need to have that business.
Like it's just people who know, like, and I mean. Another thing too, man, is being around the right people who, if you don't know and they know you want to know, they'll put you around people and they won't like try to leech off you, man. Because that's something that happened too, man, to a lot of people, man. I hate to go back to sports here. The ESPN 30 for 30 documentary broke when it showed how athletes go broke despite making hundreds of millions throughout their career. And I mean, even we could use one like famously T.O. when he was crying when he was at the VH1 show about not knowing about like all the money he made, almost $100 million in his career. And he has no money because he had no idea what his business managers and all these people, financial advisors, were doing with his money. And when they brought that up, man, like how many guys just sign a paper, not read anything, and you're giving these people like rights of attorney, like legal rights over like your accounts and like estate. And like a lot of them had no idea, man. A lot of these people, like a lot of these guys, do that, and then someone in their family like has a card, give someone else a card. When they said some of these guys have like 30, 40 Netflix accounts on one card they don't know is like under that, like a bunch of these accounts they have no idea they're paying for. And it's crazy, man. Like a lot of these guys just don't know.
And the problem is that they're too busy with the celebrity being distracted, and they won't go and do it. Well, Marco didn't read a bunch of books. Like he studied books before he even like attempted to do any of this.
But
so
I mean,
you gotta have the education.
We were told real young that was always, you want to keep information from someone. Where do you want to put it? Put it in the book. Like how many people read?
Everything's on the internet now.
It is. It's like you can find anything like how to start your business. Like the only reason why people need lawyers because sometimes they're just too lazy to do the simple work. Like I'm only going to my lawyer to draft the contract, not to do the beginning work that you're gonna pay $200 an hour for just to
And then they skimp it with you ever heard of prepaid legal services? Where you it's just small monthly fees or something like that, and you have an attorney just do work for you. It's almost like a
retainer.
Google for you.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I'll Google this for you.
Yeah.
That's $5,000.
Shit,
Like,
I
God
don't
damn.
know
I'm pretty
what-
sure what you just sent me is what I read on Google right before I called you.
You just printed out my search
I
results. and
want
charged
to
me
tell you,
$5
it's almost word for word. I'm looking at the screen.
And even there's websites that are actually draft up contracts for you depending on what kind of contract you need. Like if you want a music publishing contract, you look through a list and you just pre-fill it out and they'll print that shit out for you. So
Yep.
I
That's
think
crazy.
attorneys just more for reviewing the paperwork,
that's-
making sure you're not
that's
getting
it.
fucked.
Yeah, making sure you're not signing anything, or making sure that you don't have anything in like a contract that makes it illegal and not unenforceable, man. So
Next week we're doing a week full of
a
attorneys.
week full of attorneys.
Hey, that's what's
Oh
up.
man.
Cool, man. I definitely have some legal questions I need to ask. Now, let's just say, for instance,
So we need a criminal
all
attorney here.
hypotheticals. All right, we're
gotta-
asking
Like
them all in
OJ.
hypotheticals.
Did you see that? with
I
OJ?
heard about it, man. I wasn't watching it, man. They said
That OJ
the
thing.
hypothetical confession, man. I think Google it.
Just Google.
You want to ask me hypotheticals? Google it.
But that OJ thing,
Yeah,
what are you doing? Like, just stop.
I mean, he can't get hit with double jeopardy on that, can he? Can they
No, I don't
recharge
think he
him?
could get hit with double jeopardy, but it's tasteless.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just-
stop
it's just-
talking.
yeah.
They pay what's more tasteless, paying the man to do the interview or him taking the money when he needs it?
No, whoever is in charge of production on that is a scumbag too. But it's just like
Like, hey guys, OJ's fresh out, man. Let's get him in here and ask him some questions. Ask him some hypotheticals. Tell him, hey, OJ, all right, we're gonna record this, but these are all hypothetical questions. So
even worse than that, the entire production is whoever cut the trailer. Did you see the trailer? Because they just had close-ups of his face smiling as he was saying, "Yeah, I killed her." I was just like, "Yo, you serious?
Man,
He
that's-
just got out." I can't believe you, yo.
but
That's a dirty world, bro.
This is super New York happening
yeah, that's
right
super
here.
right there.
Oh.
That's New York City for you right
Yeah.
there, man. At least it isn't 5:30 in the morning while you're trying to sleep, man.
I got woke up this morning by somebody's alarm going
Ah,
off. So I was
man.
like,
And then
whoa.
they get upset when you tell them like, "Yo, your car."
Yeah,
It's
your
like,
car.
I know.
Like,
It's
so like,
like,
turn it
no.
off, man.
It's a button.
Bust your windows, like.
I think the most New York moment I had here was when it was me and Dan. We was working late. I think we was trying to hang these up or something, and two cars just crashed. It was two ladies and two different cars. They crashed, and neither of them moved. They just stayed in the intersection. They could have easily just went to the corner, but they both just stayed in the intersection. And there's traffic backing up, and the cops didn't show up. It's like an hour and a half later.
Man.
Like, I hate people that do that. Like, why? Like,
Just move. Like, you can push the car.
the most New York moment I had was actually, in reference to something like that, I'll tell you. It was like 2 years ago when Drew was out here, and we were riding the 60 bus back. We got on the bus, like, by the house, and it stopped right here, Myrtle and Wilson. There had been some sort of a little BS fender bender. One car was, like, out of the street. The other one was, pulled over to the side. The only ones blocking traffic, and for absolutely no reason, were the cops. They were blocking
yeah,
both
they
lanes
do
of a
that a
two-way
lot.
street, and no one could get by, holding up traffic. The bus is sitting there. The guy tells us, "Yo, I don't know how long it's gonna be." We really had nowhere to go, but I'm sitting on the bus like, "Yo, these people got a place to go." So I asked him, I'm like, "Yo, if I get off here, you think I go ask them what's up real fast?" And he's like, "Yeah, man. See," he's like, "I'm about to call dispatch." So I get off the bus, and I guess they actually let the rookie drive because he rolled down his window and he was talking to me. And I was like, "Hey guys, I was like, you guys gonna be holding up traffic for a while?" I was like, there's nothing going on here. I was like, "Why are you guys blocking two lanes?" And then the other guy just comes out of nowhere, super rude. "Yo, we'll move when we want." I was like, "What's
That's NYPD for
just
you.
asking a question,
Man.
sir? Like, I mean, you're holding up traffic. I mean, the car's out of the way. Why are you? There's no real debris in the street." And dude was like, "Well, when we move, we move." It's like, you know what? I told him I know where this is going. The guy who helped me, I was like, I appreciate it. Thank you. I didn't say anything to the other guy. I know anything else that came out of my mouth was gonna go bad for me and him.
Yeah, I'm
So,
glad. If
so
you would
I-
have said anything else,
If
then
I would have said anything else, it was gonna be something that would usually come out of my mouth that goes bad.
then Marco Pavé would have been telling your story here today.
Yes, yes. But the funny thing is, when I told the guy what, when I got back on the bus, I told him what he said. He's like, "Yeah, I called dispatch and told them what's going on. These guys are blocking traffic for no reason." And he said they're gonna reach out to command and see what's going
Yeah,
on.
they was just having a bad
And-
day. They wanted to be assholes.
Nah,
and
somebody called the guy because we saw him
can't
like
imagine how
turn
the
off the
police are
sirens
in
and move out the
Memphis.
way. Yeah,
all the cops in Memphis.
We're pretty, standard.
Standard
Cops
cops.
is cops. Yeah.
cops are
Like,
cops, man. But thing is, like the
Standard beating.
it's bad cops that get the put the rap on good cops, man. Because there are a lot of good cops, and I told you I've dealt with so many through work because my old job. People that I care for, people that if I ever saw any of the things that we've had to see the tragedies happen to cops I saw in the news, I'd be heartbroken. I would cry. Like I wouldn't know what to do because I know they're good cops. I have family members that are on NYPD, and
Let's not go so depressing right now.
No, but it's but it's the truth, man. But
It's
bad
truth.
cops give good cops a bad rap, man, and it's not fair.
You gotta check out the Chris Rock special. He was like, he said, police officers are the only profession where you can say like good cop, bad cop. He's like you can't say like, oh, they're
Good
bad
dentist.
doctors,
Yeah.
they're bad. It's a bad lawyer. Like it's like you gotta be good. You gotta just be straight up. So it's super funny.
It's
I-
too
I
much
gotta watch the
responsibility.
Netflix one, right? I haven't watched it
yeah.
yet.
It's hilarious.
So we're gonna listen to some music, or are you gonna you performing for us today?
Yeah.
Are we gonna?
So let's take a quick promo break, and let's remind people once again that we're live every weekday,
Every weekday morning at 10 a.m.
Eastern time, of
Yes,
course.
sir. Eastern Standard Time.
GoodMorningBushwick.com, and we'll be back
Right
with more
after this
Good
quick
Morning Bushwick.
commercial break with more Good Morning Bushwick.
This coffee is delicious.
No, I don't really drink coffee. This is what you come out with. This coffee is an empty cup. That's what you come out the gate with on me, man.
I mean, it is coffee for music people. And
Music for coffee people.
A good coffee will wake you the fuck up in the morning. Remember,
You know what
everything-
else will wake you up in the morning? Good Morning Bushwick, hosted by us two, Bud and
Bud and
Roach.
Roach.
I mean, here at First Live.
Where is First Live?
Bushwick, baby. You're
Take-
killing me, bro. You're killing me right now. Like,
Where
First
are we
Live
from?
Bushwick. We're from Bushwick. We are Bushwick.
Pick up your damn cup and pretend you're drinking the coffee.
Here
Do
at
it
First
again.
Live
No,
Bushwick.
Do it again. Do it again.
You know what else will wake you up in the morning? Good Morning Bushwick.
Good morning.
Right now, we cutting a promo or we live?
No. Where can people go to find out what's happening in Bushwick?
BudandRoach.com and
And-
FirstLive.us.
This coffee is delicious.
Yes, it most certainly is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back
We are back.
on Good Morning Bushwick.
Yes, and we have a very special treat. Though we've had one live performance by our buddy Dave Pitt when he gave us that rough draft, we're about to have our first live in-studio performance by our guest. And Marco Pavé is going to let us know when he's ready to roll, man. And we good?
He's
Maddie,
ready to roll.
whenever you're ready.
Yeah, you can play it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Marco Pavé.
Yeah. Good morning, Bushwick. I'm Marco Pavé from Memphis, Tennessee. Yeah, I'm gonna take y'all down south real quick. I look myself in the mirror, it cannot be any clearer. I'm so southern, my niggas sitting on y'all like some chillers. If your circuit ain't connected, why the fuck did you give it? I'm just up here, y'all lurking where them serpents be living. Make my purpose be different, but I ain't under y'all. And I still keep myself too strapped like some overalls. So do not try me with that bullshit like I'm on the phone. Want me to be a slave, but all I got a charm up on my. And I won't change unless you bringing me 100, man. Ain't on my team unless you keeping it 100, man. I got some niggas that's locked up for 100, man. These niggas snitching, they gon' give away 100 names. And I won't change unless you bringing me 100, man. Ain't on my team unless you keeping it 100, man. I got some niggas that's locked up for 100, man. These niggas snitching, they gon' give away 100 names. 6th grade dead body in front of the crib. Even if I know who did it, I ain't gon' say who it is. What the fuck do I look like trying to be another took life? It can only turn out bad trying to be heroic, guy. I did some things that never gon' make me shame, but I'm gon' try. Police pull me over, asking me questions. He say, son, what's your name? I told him it's off the chain, cause I won't be your slave unless you got some charges on me. And I won't change unless you bringing me 100, man. Ain't on my team unless you keeping it 100, man. I got some niggas that's locked up for 100, man. These niggas snitching, they gon' give away 100 names. And I won't change unless you bringing me 100, man. Ain't on my team unless you keeping it 100, man. I got some niggas that's locked up for 100, man. These niggas snitching, they gon' give away 100. And I won't change unless you bringing me 100, man. Ain't on my team unless you keeping it 100, man. I got some niggas that's locked up for 100, man. These niggas snitching, they gon' give away 100 names, yeah. And I won't change unless you bringing me 100, man. Ain't on my team unless you
keeping it 100, man. I got some niggas that's locked up for 100, man. These niggas snitching, they gon' give away 100 names.
Yeah. That's 100 off my debut album, Welcome to Graceland. Yeah. We can go to the next one. Yeah.
They said don't love, don't trust me. All I wanted was a kid, was a huffy. But then shit got real and I had to pay the bill, so I had to give money how they taught me. I'm really up all night, no coffee. When the OG speak, no talking. So I learned the whole lot, could serve the whole block. But now the soapbox is on me, and I really don't know what to tell these kids. Even if I did, I'd probably be one of their friends. I just want to start stacking my fucking ends. It's ironic how nobody wanna write me. Now I'm in the pen.
I wonder what they'll say when I die. I wonder what they'll say when I die. I wonder what they'll say when I die. Just know I tried to shine. I wonder what they'll say when I die. I wonder what they'll say when I die. I wonder what they'll say when I die. Just know I.
What kind of life did I lead? Centipede, 100 fucking mistakes, I can't get rid of these, but I'm not even trying to. Just ask the judge why I'm in jail for selling weed. Even if it's illegal, they locking up people like vehicle doors. I need me a lawyer more clever than Sawyer. Gotta be loyal for me and my boys. You will not see me on Forbes, just knowing I was hustling, I was employed. Had all of these women, no problem existed till I was destroyed.
They ran up in my spot with the guns drawn.
I knew it would end, but I did not know the nigga who snitched was supposed to be kin. Damn.
I wonder what they'll say when I die. I wonder what they'll say when I die. I wonder what they'll say when I die. Just know I tried to shine. I wonder what they'll say when I die. I wonder what they'll say when I die. I wonder what they'll say when I die. Just know I tried to shine.
So what they gonna say about a chick like me? I don't really know, but I bet it might be something about how I was a single mother in and out of trouble. 2 babies before I hit 19. Yeah, I did that. And since I had 2 mouths to feed, I had to get up on my ass, get about my cheese, shake, jump.
Yeah. We good.
Knowing this ain't what my babies want their mom to be. But tell me who you supposed to turn.
Yeah. So this hood bit also from my debut album, Welcome to Graceland. And the third verse that you hear is Duchess. And that's actually one of the songs that I'm turning into some of the vocals from the opera. So that'll be a scene from the opera. So it's gonna be super cool.
Both of those were super tough. That first one, man, that had top 40, top 10.
That's what's up.
Potential, bro.
Man, I appreciate
They
that.
both do, man. But that
Thank
was.
you. Thank you.
I can hear that. I can hear that bumping, not just like in the South or
That's
down
what's
in the
up.
Midwest. I can hear that across the nation, across the
That's
world.
what's up. Thank you.
I can hear them both though. That was
Like,
Yeah.
it was goosebumps, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what's up.
That's
like we had that look where we looked at back over.
we both looked at each other
Like-
like, holy shit.
Good morning,
we've
Bushwick,
done-
baby.
Another one has come in through our doors. Like
Yeah.
God damn.
that was
Appreciate
amazing, man.
y'all.
Can we get a live hand clap for Marco Pavé right there,
Let's
man? That was amazing, man. And you were completely in an element there, man. No real studio crowd. There were 5 of us in here, 6 of us, and gave us a real performance there, man.
Listen, this is a day we're gonna remember.
Yes, the first live in studio guest
That's
on
the
Good
first,
Morning
and that's
Bushwick.
what's up.
The
All
first
right.
musical guest, man, Marco Pavé.
Thank you.
One more round.
One
of
more,
applause.
man. One
God
more. Let's
damn.
get one more going there, man. That was
It's the
amazing.
espresso. It got me
The
turned.
espresso? That's what it is, man. My first espresso had me bouncing off the walls.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm gonna say this, and I say this with the most sincerity that I've ever said anything in my life. What we just witnessed, particularly what I just saw right now, I feel like if Kendrick walked in here,
I didn't
Right
want to
before.
say that. That was in my head when I was just talking, telling you. That was in my head. I want to say it
Like
had a
it-
lot. It had a Kendrick feel to it, but I didn't want to be the one to say it, man. So I'm glad
And
you said it first.
it was definitely the feel, the experimentation aspect, especially, bro. But what I mean is, you're somebody that at some point in your life, Memphis is gonna give you the keys to the city.
I appreciate
And
that.
I'm telling you, I'm calling
what's
that
up.
on the show.
Yeah, that's what's up. All right, y'all. Memphis, what's up?
But we call
You
this
know,
clip when it happens, man.
All the way from New York. You know, we
Man.
got to do that.
Yeah, man. But that was just, man. I'm still kind of in awe right now, man. Just trying to
what's up.
bring it back down right now. That
Yeah,
was a
I'm
great
fucking
performance,
shaking
man.
still, bro.
That was
Oh,
shit. I was ready for a
That's what's
concert,
up.
man. Ready to rip my
Hey,
shirt off.
man.
Like, go ahead.
It's dope. I appreciate y'all for sure.
That was fantastic, man.
So you just passing through New York City? What's next for Marco Pavé?
So I'm going back home March 24th. I'm opening for Big Frida back home. April 4th, I'm opening for Rakim. And that's the
Hold on, Rakim the God.
yeah, the God MC. So, and that's April 4th is actually the 50th anniversary of the MLK assassination. So he'll be in town.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of work.
That's
And
my
then
anniversary too.
yeah,
April
My
4th.
wedding anniversary.
Man.
yeah, mine's April 11th. So yeah, we super
we
week
similar.
apart.
there.
Yeah. And then April 7th, the first showing of the opera is happening. And then April 14th is the second showing. So got a little work to do, but it's all gonna be back home.
Some
So
work
I'm
on the plate,
excited.
man. That's it's amazing though,
That's why they're
man.
gonna give you the
Yeah.
keys, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. I'm calling that shit.
A hip hop opera. And I wanna coin the phrase now, even though someone else might have taken it, man. I'm gonna call it a hip hopper.
Yeah.
Hip hop.
Someone else might have coined that. I don't know. But if not, man, I want some. What's the word? There's some perpetuities on
Yeah,
that.
you're gonna get residuals in
I want
perpetuity for
residuals on that, man. Somebody try to copyright that beforehand. I'll Winklevoss twins you for that.
And it's funny because there were big cases of that when Lil Wayne made Bling Bling and he never like trademarked the. Everybody started using it. He could have made so much. He could have retired on just that word.
Yep.
Yeah.
And baby wouldn't have been in his pockets,
Nope.
man.
Or in his bed.
Oh.
Oh man, I don't even know how to close today's show. I'm still shaking
That's
from
still,
the fucking
man.
performance,
That's
bro.
what's up.
Still coming down off that. That was some shit, man. That was amazing, man.
I
We
can come.
need one of those NFL screens where we could do live rewind.
The
and
live
then-
rewind. We're gonna bring back here to what we saw.
Let's just rewatch the
Right
big
here,
time.
he just, we got a what do they call it? The teleprompt. They got the
The
little machine
teleprompt.
drawing on it.
No more TED Talks in the future.
You know, if they, I think so. It just all depends. I definitely have much more smarter now than I was then. So,
How long ago was that?
it was 3 years ago now.
3 years.
Yeah.
Takes 3 days to grow.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Learn
takes a
something
second
new,
to
man.
change your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Things change.
I want
Like
to do a
that.
fucking TED Talk.
I do too, man. But knowing that I can't really wing it, man, I definitely have to take the shortest time possible. And,
The
Still,
2 minutes.
we
I've
just
seen a
still have
2
to-
minute TED. Yeah, y'all should watch No Shade the Kid Cudi, but his TED Talk was pretty terrible.
Yeah.
You have to see it.
Kid Cudi
And he
TED.
was just winging it. You
Was
could
he
tell.
for 5
like,
minutes or 17
I
minutes?
think he did the whole thing, and it was just like just a wing, like he was just on a rocker, right? It was
Half
crazy.
of the TED Talk was him saying, and then Kanye called me, and then we went to the studio. He's like, nah, you can't.
Yeah.
I want to do a TED Talk about like video game design or like animation or web design,
Hey,
shit that I
that's-
really know.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know,
dope.
you know. But I don't know if I could prepare 17 minutes of
I'm trying to
straight-
get them to do Grand Theft Auto Memphis. Memphis should be the first southern city they do for Grand Theft Auto. It's like
What do you mean Grand Theft Auto?
They've been.
Like
I've been
a new
seeing
Grand Theft
rumors
Auto?
floating around about 6, man, online, man. But that'll be a while because they've, Rockstar only does one game every like 5-6 years,
every
and
October.
they're doing like Red Dead 2 right now. So we're still gonna be a while before we get 6, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you get like the online version, there's mods that you can get Memphis right now. Like,
Really?
you
Yeah,
can
man,
get any
on,
city.
Yeah, man. My
People
buddy
creating.
used to Drew again. He used to show us on there, man, like the Grand Theft Auto Vice City for PC. Like he downloaded mods and it turned it into like this massive multiplayer, like just open world.
Every
like
city, any city.
before they had it on
crazy, yeah.
console and 4, like he was doing this on PC and Vice City. And then like when San Andreas came out, it was even bigger and more stuff. Like it was ridiculous.
Yeah, you're gonna have to show me some of that because I want to see that.
So we're gonna have to exchange gamer tags before you leave too.
Yeah.
Play live from Memphis. Where can the people follow you? I'm sorry.
So you a regular gamer? You play games like when you get some free time?
Yeah, when I get some free time, 2K is my thing.
2K?
I haven't really gotten into the Grand Theft Auto because I used to just play this, go around and do hoodlum
do
shit.
dirt, man.
But now it's so intense. You gotta have your money right.
Yeah.
You gotta get your cars right. You gotta be them
so-
little kids
it's
be
crazy,
on there
man. Those
going
kids are crazy,
in.
man.
Like it's like, bro, I can't battle with y'all, bro.
Them microtransactions,
Yeah.
man, where these kids could, Mom, can I get $10? And they could buy $10 million in game currency and buy whatever the goddamn hell they want.
Yeah, I can't stand.
Blow
that.
you to hell, blow you to smithereens.
It's a different
Fucking
world when it
kids.
comes to the gaming, man.
It does. It is.
I still play classic systems like N64 and Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I got a PS1. I play Showtime on it all the time. It's super dope. I just be going in.
NBA Showtime.
Yeah.
Gotta play Metal Gear Solid 1 again.
I have the
His ringtone is the Metal Gear.
my text message ringtone is the codec from Metal Gear.
Yeah.
But I have the Metal Gear, 1, the retro on my PS3 still. And I have a couple other games on there that I brought for PS1, the retros.
I had bought a Game Boy after my last tour and got Pokemon Red or something, and I was just going in.
I'm not gonna lie, I downloaded an emulator on my phone.
Yeah.
And I've been playing Fire Red, and I said
Yeah.
I was gonna play Leaf Green afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm playing Emerald right now.
You playing them?
The throwback. I was upset with Pokemon Go when they really didn't like evolve it in a way.
Yeah,
like
man.
it could have been so much better. Like the first drop, I was like, okay, I'm super excited. Then when it just you
Just
couldn't
stay
peer to peer
repetitive, just
play, you
repetitive,
couldn't.
yeah.
Yeah, it was just like, this whack.
You know what?
That was a big fad when that came
It
out.
Yeah,
was.
I mean, there's
It
still
was
people
a
playing. There's still a lot of
phenomenon.
people playing. It's
Yeah.
kind of died from that mega status it hit.
It's
but
probably a Pokemon like on my shoulder right
it's
now.
gotta be
If you
all
pull
over
it
Twitch.
out.
Yeah, somebody with their phone. But it's crazy, bro. We just stopped the show for a quick little game talk, man. We haven't had that yet.
No, that was good because we're gonna start doing some gaming events here. So
Yes, man. We're gonna start having some gaming here, live streaming for you guys. So we're gonna have some
got a lot
fun.
to look forward to.
Good times.
We want to remind people of the website, kingofmarco.com.
And everything, all my social media is the same. So all my handles are King of Marco on everything. So follow me.
At King of Marco.
Yep.
Way to keep it all, cohesive.
Where can they follow you?
They can follow me at Mr._Zoe Taylor. And of course you can follow both of us at Bud and Roach Show.
You can follow me at I'm King Roach. You can follow First Live at First Live US on Instagram, and of course First Live Coffee House on Facebook.
And of course, if you're in the area, be sure to stop by the 219 Central Avenue, Bushwick, Brooklyn, 11221. Come in and enjoy one of these hot or cold caffeinated beverages. Grab yourself a nice matcha tea.
Or beer.
Or beer.
Yeah.
There's no judgment zone. What time when beer clock
Beer
starts for you?
o'clock.
It starts when you say. All right.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yes.
Somewhere.
And of course, if you need any type of production services, you can go to firstlive.us and get the contact information. And just so you know, we record anyone, anywhere, anytime. And just go ahead online. You can get the information and reach out and get some rates and get your projects right.
And this was an amazing episode.
Amazing
This is
episode.
probably my favorite episode so far.
Yes, we want to thank you for stopping in, Marco.
Man, no
Marco,
problem.
live
Glad
hand
to
clap.
have you on. Another live hand clap.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yes, to wrap up week 5 tomorrow. Have a good day, guys.
Good day.
Thank
The
you.
realness, realness.